Comrades, welcome back to Realpolitiks. I am Admiral Andre, and I'm very eager to get back into our campaign with Turkey. I still have a bit of hay fever here, but it's nothing I can't manage. It's spring now in Cape Town still. The flowers are all over the place, and I'm really waiting for spring to come to an end. But in any case, let's have a look. Yes, so last time I did receive a few comments from our great ruling council that we have to be careful here because our debt situation is becoming completely unmanageable, and it's very possible that soon we'll get a situation where our country has to declare bankruptcy because of the whole debt costs and all of that. It becomes too much for the economy to bear. So I'm going to have to do my very best. I know there was a comment, my motto is, what's debt? Money grows on trees, doesn't it? And I have to say that is how I've been playing. So yes, we'll have to see if it's possible for me to even change that. It must be. I did it in the South African one. So let's see. The other thing though is we still have the underwater base here, and that is going to continue until it looks like next year, just over a year, in July of 2041. So for that it costs 450 money or funds or whatever the currency might be. And so yes, that's the thing. I don't know how much more we'll be able to pay for this. I'd still really like to get it. I wonder if it's possible to conquer one of these undersea bases in a war and claim it like you would a normal province. I assume it is. So if we still fail to get any underwater bases, but I think there'll be at least one more opportunity after this one, then eventually in the future we could try and claim it by other means. So I see we also have some negative GDP growth here again, very minor unhappiness, and we're still busy with all of our financial research that we'd like to continue because the economy is desperately in need of some improvement. So yes, I guess we just continue now, and two priorities in this episode. It might not make it the most exciting episode in history, but it is necessary, and that's of course paying the debt and trying at least to get the underwater base. But if that's not possible, then I won't be too worried about it because I really want to avoid that bankruptcy. That's the main priority. So yes, Poland and Russia, they're still slugging it out there. It looks like Russia is slightly in the lead. And there was the other thing, the comment when I looked last time at Iraq here, these lines here, it's because they have cores on these territories, which of course makes sense. So it's always funny in the moment, I can't think, what is it, but afterwards it's so obvious. So yes, Azerbaijan was the other thing, to try and get an alliance with them, or at least to get them into our bloc. Now I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pull that off because we still need more units, and of course units take money. Let's have a look. We still need to pay now for this. I'm going to forego this, honestly. I think paying 450 every 120 days, or what is it? I'm not sure, that's action points. Well, every certain amount of days we can't afford to pay another 450. I'll have to wait until it adds up, so probably we won't get that one. Diplomatic summit crisis, another one. I think we'll just stick with the Russians because they are in our stock exchange as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are, so at least it keeps them on good terms. Now let's see, what can we do about this other than getting more units in our army? The relationship is almost there, so once the counter here is done, I'll try to do that again. We could help them, but that straight up costs too much money. We can't do that now. Cancer cure, oh no, not another funding project. You see, this is why I have the motto that money grows on trees, because there's so much stuff to spend money on and it's too tempting to leave it. Millions and millions suffer from cancer. Every year the number of deaths grows to seemingly no end. Many doctors have tried to find an actual cure, but thus far no one has succeeded. It's time to finally change it and declare a full-fledged war against this vicious disease. It's time to find the cure for cancer. And it is. So let's start the project and at least see what it will cost. 200, that's a bit better than the undersea base. Oh, come on. Power plant failure. There was a problem at one of our power plants last night. While it's nothing serious, some of the neighborhoods in the capital will have no electricity for a couple of days. That's not good because it's costing us more GDP growth. At least it's in the positive now. No choice there. Okay, we can afford that, so pay for the cancer cure. That will at least give us a lot of action points and score if we succeed. So I'll focus rather on that than on the underwater base. Priorities. 93 days left. What's happening? Anti-warmonger failed. Well, that suits me, I guess. Anything else here? Mexico? Where are we now in the ranking? If we just have a look at the statistics. GDP. 17. I think we might have climbed one spot from last time. But yes, Italy is the next target there, and it's already a good sign if we're almost on the Italian level. Then Saudi Arabia, then Australia. Are there other Middle Eastern or Southeast European countries here? It doesn't look like it. There's just Saudi Arabia. So once we surpass them, we will have the largest economy in this region. So what do they want actually? I see they're wanting something. A science conference. That sounds exciting. We're inviting you to a science conference. We could share some of our progress with each other. Well, I'm not opposed to that. Money we can afford. Action points as well. Relations will go up and Human Development Index will go up. So, okay, we'll do that. As long as I don't have to make debt for it, I'm always up for a new deal. So, can we pay off some of this as well? We just have to leave 200 for the cancer cure. So let's pay off about 300. There we go. At least a little bit closer to our goal, but not much. But it's something, I guess. Then, yes, can we do anything here? Not yet. Anything covert? Gain a core, spread dissent, no. Influence political system, no. They're a democracy anyway. So we'll just have to let things take its course there. Let's see, is there anything in South America or anywhere else? Nope. The world is pretty stable, I have to say. We've had a few wars, but they've mostly focused on Russia and I think there was the one here. Was there one in India as well? Yes, there was with Bangladesh or something. So that was basically it, and a few minor ones like Angola and the Congo, and of course our wars, which we all rolled back again. So yes, we'll see. Let's speed it up a bit. Well, it's paused, good grief. Of course it's not going to do anything if it's paused. Let's speed it up. How much time? 12 days. Okay, we'll pay for this one and then pay off debt. Let's see, what can we afford? Pay all of it. Then the next thing is, well, it'll take a year before the financial capital thing is done. Let's just see if there's anything that needs to be done with the stock market. No. We're still second here, and Canada is still third, but not by much, I have to say. Let's see, is there with Azerbaijan? That's right, not yet. Speed up. It would be nice to get another partner that we could invest into, so that will definitely help there. Mexico has nationalist movements. Texas, the Southwest, the West Coast. These lands were Mexican before the War of 1848 with the United States, and they will be Mexican again right after our 21st century war with the United States. I don't think you're going to make it. We've seen this before and it's gone against Mexico in every case, so if they succeed that will be a surprise. But Interesting. So, improve relations, only 21, that's nothing, we can afford that certainly. Canada has left the bloc of the US. Pay. See, does that affect them? It certainly does. Spain now has the largest stock market, which is a bit strange. We should have been the first now. What next? What next? Let's see, it's almost done. Improve, success. Alright, let's see what we can do now. Just the units, so I have to train a few more units, but not too many. I guess we'll put it in infantry. 3 of them. And then obviously we have to wait. Maybe I should have done this first and then improved the relations, but oh well. Sri Lanka has joined the bloc of India and we succeeded there. Netherlands also now joined the US, so they took Canada's place. And Poland is about to lose the war with Russia. Nothing in the east, nothing. I wish we could see more deals come up. That would really be interesting. Go on. Peace treaty, and they lost this part. I think, was this Polish before? I believe it was. Warmia Masuria. We can confirm this just by looking at the claim. Is it society? No, it is this one, I think. They do have a claim there. So Russia keeps growing and growing. Unrest in the Pacific between the US and China. China's imperialist ambitions are becoming more and more obvious. The red giant has turned its eyes to the Pacific. Across the ocean, another giant meets its gaze. I can't remember if that had any implications last time. I'm not sure. A war between the two would certainly be a very unpleasant prospect. Improve relations with our friend Armenia. And I guess we'll just accept the election. I didn't even know there was an election. Task completed. Reduce your warmongering to 0. So we get something done and we get the more the merrier. So this is the other thing we have to keep trying to achieve as much as possible. Where's that one? More the merrier. Increase population to 7999. So where are we now? 7691. So I think this will happen on its own. Sometimes we do get options to encourage immigration, like with Armenia, and other times also we can do research that will actually help the population growth. But I think for it's it's going up by 0.15%, so we will achieve that. That's an easy goal. So are we ready to pay for the cancer cure again? We're still 8th. That US... anyway, it's not that far ahead from the 2nd place, so we could do it theoretically. Especially if we can complete more of these missions. New unit infantry. Alright, stop there. Let's see, can I invite them? I can, and there's a reasonable chance they will succeed, or it will go ahead. And it will cost 500 and so on, but we afford that at least. It's done. Okay, fantastic. So the goal has been realized and we now have 3 members in our bloc. So I can do much more aggressive investment. Let's see, 198, we can afford that. So I will implement that and then we'll see if that bears fruit. And I also want one in Armenia for 198. And then I guess for some of it I'll ask for money, and for others I'll ask for action points. But that's a good way of actually getting a return on the investment, if it succeeds, by the way. So I'll just have to see if we can't do anything in terms of international here that will make that more, give it more of a chance to succeed. Forget about the underwater base. It's not gonna happen. Speed it up. And the economy is gonna go into the red again soon. Yep. Investment flourish. Our investment was a huge success, so that was with the UAE. And for this I'm going to ask for money, just because that money is always useful. And China actually got the undersea base there. That will make the Americans very angry, since they're anyway in a sort of a conflict now. So we are there. We still did more than Germany or several other countries, so I guess not too terrible, but there we are. Where is Undertide? Ah, the other one also flourished. Okay, for this, let's also ask for money. Score is plus 10. I mean, that can always be a backup if we need to make up score, but 10 is really not a lot. We're going to have to do this many times to actually see a difference in our position. So instead I'm going to ask for more money, because taking that money and first of all paying for the cancer cure and then repaying some debt is always a good idea. Let's pay off another 1,000 or so. Okay, where is this Undertide? That one? No, that's a Canadian one. Alpha Ridge, and this of course is the Danish one. That was the first one. There we go. Yes, I think we had this one in the last series, possibly. So this is the UK one. No, that's not the one either. Mystery. There, it must be this one here. So I don't know if there will be any other bases. I don't think there will be. I was a bit mistaken. There's already 4 of them. So this is the Chinese one, right on the border of Portugal. I'm sure they won't be happy with that. It's a bit far from home. Mosul joined the bloc of India. Oh no, come on. The last thing I want is for another large power to get a foothold here in these lands. What do you want? We can help you with your financial trouble by consolidating all your debts. We can offer you a much lower interest rate too. So it will take 165 action points, but it will decrease our debt interest by 15% for over a year. I'll take it. So I guess in that sense it was worth releasing Mosul, but I don't want them to be in India's bloc. But hopefully, if that doesn't stop in a while, we can always do some covert actions there. So what else? What else? China's in the hit list still. And everyone is happy in our bloc, but I think we can do some more investing. Not too expensive. Come on. Almost done with this. Think we might get one more funding period there, but then it will be over. I think we'll have this one in the bag, the cancer cure, and that's one I'm proud to have on Turkey's name as well. So what else? Diplomatic failure. Oh well, at least we have 3 so we can rotate between them occasionally. Property market crash in China. The property bubble, I guess they're all moving to the undersea base now. The property bubble has burst in China. The housing crisis is so serious that a state of emergency has been issued. What is China? Is it a democracy now? I don't think so. Okay, financial capital is done. Just stop right there. I just want to have a look at China. No, it's its usual authoritarian self. Okay, what's the next thing to research? Let's just have a look at the economy. So we have this one now. We can have another slot in our stock market. What about advanced financial services? That's really tempting. But we can't afford it, and I don't want to make more debt now. Although it will give us more growth for the GDP and more stock market income and another slot as well. Am I going to go back on my word now? I think I have to. We've paid off a little bit of the debt, so it's basically just getting that back again. But this is too tempting. I mean, this is going to directly benefit our economy anyway. So hopefully this was not a mistake, but we'll see. Let's just get another member in the market. Then hopefully we can already start to see some more growth. India, perhaps. surprising that they don't have a stock market on their own. Welcome, welcome. You and your money are always welcome, and they pay us a fortune. I guess they like us, but well, we're not going to make trouble with Mosul in the near future, so we can keep this relationship. Let's improve it. Well, we can't afford it. Oh well, that's fine. We just can do that sometime later. But this extra money is so good now. 290 income per month from the stock market. Good. We should be the largest as well. Turkey, #1. That's what I like to see. Scientists around the world have united to find a cure. Whoever donates the most will surely earn the most prestige, which we have done, and the US is second. So we get 500 score and we're 4th place. So you see we jumped literally by 4 places. Action points 5,000, relations with the world, and there's extra population growth to help us reach our task there. So that's fantastic. France, China, Mexico, Brazil, wow, a lot of them tied here. Well, it's a noble cause, so I'm not upset at all. So that's very good. Let's see, anything new, anything else, nothing? Guess we can speed it up. Unfortunately, it takes so long before we can invest again. That's why I wanted another member in the block here. 200 days. The failed ones take less time. But anyway, what's happening with the separatism there? It's already going down, but I guess we have to pay again. We can afford that. Just don't want trouble now. Although it might have been cheaper to just kill people, but that's never the best option. Anything else? What's happening in the UN? Demilitarization, but is this now under vote? No, that's proposed. There's the anti-warmonger again. And Canada is always stirring up trouble here again. International justification for a military conflict against 3 countries with a warmonger level above 45. You see, they're meddling. If we want to take over things, they must let us do that. Ah, well, guess they're trying to preserve the peace. We can't really blame them. And we can't afford to make war in the near future. 20% unhappiness in Cyprus, though. Well, I guess I can understand that. No, this is not happening in a long time. Pay off some debt, pay off some debt. Good, that extra stock market income is going to come in handy with this debt repayment business. What's happening in space? So far they haven't settled the moon yet, so that is one that I definitely want us to get. Hopefully it won't happen too soon, but when it does, I don't care if it takes debt. We have to get it. It's just a symbol of pride, you know, a Turkish moon. Imagine that. Can we do anything more? Russia left the Security Council and Indonesia joined it. Well, that's a blow to Russian pride, I'm sure. Russia, loan, failure, success, etc., etc. Let's just see if there's anything that needs to be maintained. There usually is. And that leaves us with 260. Well, it's climbing, so it's always good to do that maintenance. Let's see, is there anything more? If I can speed it up, maybe. I really want to make more investments, but it takes so long. Getting another member in the bloc is probably not going to be fruitful. That's going to increase the risk of one of them leaving again. Iran stock exchange was closed. I don't know if it would be worthwhile getting them in the stock market or even in the bloc. They won't join anyway. 13% is a bit too low. But I don't think that's an association I really want, unless by 2042 Iran has changed and no, it doesn't look like it. It's still very authoritarian. Anything more I can do right now? It's difficult being financially conservative. Pay debt. There we go. If I can at least get it under 30 in this episode, then at least that will be a somewhat of an improvement already. Central Asia, they're getting together again. Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. But I don't think this is a political union yet. That's probably in the works sometime in the future. War, what's happening? China and India. Well, I did say it was generally quiet. I guess I can take that back now. Yes, that's going to be a bloody conflict, and we'll soon see some nukes dropping again. Maybe we can work on Georgia here. We'll need a lot more units though. Though we can do that, and it's probably a good idea to start strengthening our military somewhat. Not too aggressively because of the money situation, but some will be better than none, because that will set us up for the future. Okay, the stock exchange in China was closed, so if we get this research now with the advanced financial services, China would be a fantastic member to get there. But hopefully they don't get a new stock market on their own before then. Bulgaria joined the bloc of South Korea. That's a very odd alliance. Loan taken and so on and so on. Okay, let's improve relations with Georgia so long it costs almost nothing. Can't invest yet. There, make an investment. Pay the money. Why is the UK in the UN's hit list? Something is up here. I guess they were doing some spy actions and they were caught. But it's them and it's the Chinese twice over. I guess they started the war with India. Then the North Koreans are, as usual, in the military or in the sites of the UN there. Pakistan as well, and Russia twice. Good grief. Can close this one. Well, I want to see this update with the financial investments. 6 days, 5 days, come on. There we go. Success. Now, let's see. Is that enough? No, it's still not enough. Maybe we can help them. No, that costs too much. Well, we have to wait for the tanks anyway. Diplomatic crisis, as we knew we could expect this one between China and the US. I think I'm going to support the US because they are in our stock market right now. The Chinese are not yet, so I'd rather have the Chinese like us a bit more, or the Americans like us a bit more, because it's usually a struggle for them to have relations improved as well. I found that most of the time it just fails with them. Success with Georgia, success and so on. Our investment is a huge success. Now we can harvest the goods we want. So what is it that we want? I think money again. It's just money, money, money now. Unfortunately, there's not much else I can do about it. Can I help them, I guess? We can afford that, so do it. If we're going to have them in the bloc, we might as well make sure that they are financially stable, unlike us. Conversion complete with Cyprus at last, so that's a good thing. The more the merrier, so we also get more population there, and we should get another task soon. We're already 6th again with a score. The others are really pushing hard to stay ahead of us, unfortunately. Did we get another task? Not yet. Can I just want to have a look at something here. Choose your destiny. Where is this? The national doctrine. Religious order, army state or financial sector supremacy. Because I assume that would be a choice somewhere. Maybe with ad hoc, it shouldn't be here though. Nope. Uniques. iResources. Globe Vision, Big Brother, nope. Spy Networks, nope. Economy, I don't think it'll be here. It's probably internal politics somewhere. There's the religious order. I think that's one of the options, right? Yes, religious order, army state or financial sector supremacy. So maybe under the economy, but where? There, that's the one. Okay, we're almost there anyway. We just have to finish the one that we're busy with now, and then religious order obviously must not be active. And I think that is the best choice to pursue, because we've seen now Turkey is really hampered by its financial situation. So going for an army state or for a religious order is simply not going to allow us to still conquer all the lands that we want and reach the #1 spot. Number 6, they had to rub it in there. Oh well. National project. There we go. Stop right there. Let's have a look. Our country could use some general improvement. Introduce the Reservist Supply Centers project. So where would that be? Military, I'm sure. Universal Reservists. Okay, we're just almost there and we can actually afford that. Obviously, we have to wait for the economy modernization to finish, and or even the financial one, but I want to pursue that financial supremacy first. So, but that's in the future then. I think I'm going to leave this episode here. Like I said, it's not the most exciting one, in history, but we did make some progress, and I feel that the addition of Azerbaijan and hopefully the addition of Georgia very soon will also set us up for the future, because that's a very solid partnership there. Also now we have India in our stock market, so that's giving us the money that we need to actually get out of this pit that I've dug for us. And then we have paid off some of the debt. Let me just, for the final measure, pay off a little bit more. So we end off with 33,865. Maybe I should even name the episode that, and next time we can see if it compares. But no, I think I'll name it Pay Back the Money, because if you know anything about South African politics, that was a big slogan in recent times with the president and all of that. But that's another matter. So anyway, thank you. I hope you've still enjoyed this. I know my voice is a little off today, but this hay fever, I suffer really terribly, and the medication is not always the best thing as well. But anyway, it's been nice to get back into this campaign, and we will continue this until Turkey is #1 and has rebuilt the Ottoman Empire. Maybe even, long term, once we take over all of the lands that we would like here along the Mediterranean coast and so on, we could turn Turkey away from sort of the authoritarian route that it's on and actually make it a democratic Ottoman Empire. That would be very interesting as well. So it's a surprise twist at the end. Well, that's a good idea perhaps. We'll see. When, reduce personal control and sort of, revolutionize things here, because, the Middle East has been in so much turmoil in real life and also in the game here, partly because of my actions, but we still have to fix that. Anyway, hope to see you next time. Hope you're having a very good week, and have a nice day.